Hello, welcome to another edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace reporting live here on the Spirit overlooking the Hudson River here in New York City. Soul vocalist Phil Perry has made a niche for himself not only in the world of smooth jazz as well as soul music. He got his start in the late 60s in a group called the Montclairs, and throughout his 30 years in the business, he has been one of the most in-demand backup vocalist as well as a leader, singing with the likes of Johnny Mathis, Al Jarreau, Chaka Khan, Foreplay, Boz Scaggs, the names go on and on. Tonight he's performing selections off his latest CD, and he's really continuing the legacy of soul music.
Just like if you remember the song, please sing along. See, it takes some to learn what? What you say? What you call me, baby? I think I understand.
You've come a long way since East St. Louis and the Montclairs.
Yeah, that's where I started. Hopefully I didn't want to start and finish where I started.
Well, I think you've come full circle because now your career has taken you full circle back to the roots and the essence of soul music.
Well, I think based on what used to be called traditional R&B radio plays today, I don't think the artists kind of knocked themselves out of the box. I think radio made a conscious decision to go to a younger demographic and therefore saddle themselves with the type of music that they play.
Because you came in an era in the late 60s, early 70s, soul was changing again. You had the falsetto, you had Ray Goodman and Brown, the moments, the stylistics, shy lights. What was going
on and on?
What was going on then?
There was a different identification of romantic R&B music in the late 60s and early 70s because of falsetto singers, because of tender lyrics presented in a believable manner that when you heard the song, you believed that the individual that was singing it believed it too. You don't get that very much today.
You know, and again, I think the songwriters, too, were really doing their thing. Kenny Gamble, Leon Huff, Linda Creed, Tom Bell, Smokey Robinson.
Oh, yeah, man. That whole era of composition is one of the golden eras of music. What from 1960 to maybe 1958 to 1972, 73, what era of music is more romantic in R&B than that?
Let's go back to East St. Louis, your stomping grounds. Who were some of the people that you were listening to? Who got you into voice and who got you into music?
Wow. I used to listen to Bull and the Matadors, right? And I listened to Mel and Tim because for a minute they recorded at Oliver Sane's studio, which we recorded. We the Montclairs recorded it. Gosh, so many people that you probably never ever heard of. The Bondells. The Fantastic Four, Tomorrow's Promise. Oh gosh, it was a cornucopia of real quality R&B romantic music then. So as anybody else, in my youth, I really ingested all that I could listen to, and I just kind of put together the things that I liked and tried to formulate and create a style of my own.
See the man who's been crying for a million years. Lord, there's so many tears. And see was collected, broken hearts like souvenirs. It's more exciting than a one-man band. The sun is never shining another day. So let the sun show you. Step away. Can't go to pass it by. Guaranteed to make it up. Let the sun show you. Step away. Can't go to pass it by. Guaranteed to make it right.
Phil, you've also had your shares of ups and downs in this industry.
Sure.
I mean, when you left the Montclairs, you became a very well-demanded background vocalist,
Right.
and it took you years to become the guy to come out front. What took so long, and why do you think it has taken so long to get where you are right now?
Maybe God didn't want me to earn it quick and lose it quick.
That's a heavy sentiment, because you sang with some of the greatest minds in music and song. I mean, Johnny Mathis, Chaka Khan,
Yep.
Patty Austin. You have. Tell me about developing, becoming one of the best background singers at that time.
Well, I never looked at singing background as a step back. I always looked at each opportunity as an opportunity to learn something. And I tried to give my best effort in whoever's behalf that thought enough of me to hire me to begin with. So I never looked at it as a step down. I looked at it as an opportunity to lend my voice to the creation of a song that they apparently couldn't do by themselves, or they wouldn't have called me at all.
1990, you recorded your very, very first debut record, Heart of a Man.
Right.
And you came out of the gate with a stirring rendition of Aretha Franklin's Call Me.
Right.
How did you get the galls to do a version like that?
Aretha's first single on Arista is a song that Chuck Jackson and I wrote called United Together. Well, when Aretha does one of your songs, how you gonna pay her back? You ain't got enough money. So I thought it would be more apropos for me to do one of her songs. And if it never sold a copy, just seeing her on VH1 saying, "That Phil Perry? Nobody sings my song like Phil Perry." That's enough for me.
I wonder if I'll find paradise. Somewhere there's a home, sweet and nice. I wonder if I'll find happy there. Have a great day.
The last time we talked about one, you got a live album that you're getting ready to record, but there were some things and some sentiments that you had said that the record industry has, and I think it was because they put you in this box, because smooth jazz was a genre that really kind of took hold in the late 70s, early 80s, and then it kind of catapulted itself with artists like Kenny G and the Rippingtons in the late 80s and early 90s, and the labels kind of put you in that box.
Well, you know, for me, smooth jazz was just a bit of an escape. I didn't become a different person to do it. And I certainly didn't alter the way I sounded doing it. Now, how is it that I can sing Caravan of Love on a Rippington record? And it's an Isley tune, and yet it's not an Isley tune because it's a Rippington record, it becomes smooth jazz. I think we have, in our industry, over-labeled things, and as a result, we're paying the price for it. Smooth jazz, instrumental R&B, what's the difference?
I mean, Ronnie Laws, Grover Washington,
Jerry
Patty Austin. Yeah, we'll even go vocal. We can go say Patty Austin, and your friend Angela Bofield. I mean,
yeah. Now, how's a jazz singer have #1 pop records? It's the labels, man. It ain't got nothing to do with the labels. It has nothing to do with what you call it. All it has to do with is how the music moves people. That the people will let you know what it is.
During the mid-'90s, when you left GRP, you signed with a Wyndham Hill subsidiary, Private Music.
Yeah.
And that was about the time when you had given up on letting the labels decide what kind of music you were going to record. You decided to start writing and producing more of your product.
Well, I felt like I needed to because I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. I wasn't sounding the way I wanted to sound. I had garnered a little bit of success, but the Phil that you heard that sang, that was me. But sometimes the songs, I was doing the songs just to sell records.
Tell me about the live album.
Chris Davis and I had had some conversations about doing some recordings in the studio, and I told him that I really I was leaning toward wanting to do a live record. I had also had a thought or two about doing a Christmas record, but I think in the long run, in terms of longevity, I think a live record has a little more longevity, unless it's a net record and you can repackage it every year and sell it for 50 years.
Now, you did a live album on GRP.
Yes, with Dave Cause, that's true. But I wanted to do, and it was a DVD, and it did fairly well for that era. But I think I just want to do a live recording of songs that I really want to do.
What is the unique Phil Perry style?
Believability, passion, honesty, power, tenderness. It's a legion of contradiction in one song.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here on the Spirit, overlooking the beautiful Hudson River here in New York City, here in Chelsea Piers. I'd like to personally thank Phil Perry for his time, as well as the staff here on the Spirit. As always, please visit my website, www.thepacereport.com, for my weekly column, as well as my past segments. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Until next time, peace.
See the man who's been crying for